Whoa, Rebels Season 5 sure got an animation upgrade, huh? Oh wait, no, this isn't Rebels, this is Ahsoka, Episode 7.
Dreams and madness.
But hey, you could have fooled me. And yes, I know that a lot of Ahsoka does, but this episode definitely felt very much like a Rebels episode. And as we approach the series finale, the penultimate episode here reunites Ahsoka, Ezra, Sabine, and the crew for a prolonged chase sequence reminiscent of classic Rebels-style storytelling. Ezra's back, and there's a lot of long action beats culminating to everything back to normal at the end. But is this the right tone for the second to last installment? While it's a fun enough watch, I can't help but wonder, why this right before the finale? I think this episode failed to set up a satisfying final chapter in the story. This seemed like episode 11 in a 20 episode series, not episode 7 with one left to go. Like, almost anything could happen next week, because I don't know where the story is trying to go. I don't feel that tension. There's no inevitability for what comes next, and I have few expectations, but a lot of questions going into next week. Heck, I don't even really know what Thrawn's plan is yet. Yes, he's trying to get back to the other galaxy, but when he gets back, what's next? Why should I be on the edge of my seat afraid he, as the villain, will succeed? And what's the deal with the Night Sister witches? What's really driving them to help Thrawn? Why are there only 3 of them left on the planet? And why are they trying to leave? What are their motivations? And what will they do in the other galaxy? And then there's Baylan, my favorite character in this show. I was really hoping to get some insights into his character this week, but we didn't. I feel like I'm just in the same place with him this week as last. But I did mostly enjoy this episode. You know, in isolation, I had fun with it, but it felt a little all over the place, and now the finale is going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting to both set up tension and get us to a satisfying conclusion next week, and that makes me nervous. So the episode opens on Coruscant with Hera. Hera is our window into the New Republic during the story, and she's getting grilled by that same senator for disobeying orders and going to try to help Ahsoka on her own. It's kind of laughable because the guy is like, yeah, there was Moff Gideon on Mandalore, he's referencing the Mandalorian TV series, and we captured Morgan Elsbeth, who was up to no good, now she was just broken out of prison, and there was the fighting on the shipyards on Corellia, and New Republic pilots were killed over Cetos, but there's no credible Imperial threat or coordination. And then all the other senators just sit there and say nothing. It's like, geez, if you're gonna make it so obvious that Hera is right to the audience, give us a better reason as to why the New Republic is refusing to act. Maybe this senator has a personal reason to be against Hera's cause. Maybe his kid died fighting in the rebellion, and he's blinded by emotion and sees her as just a reckless commander, crying wolf, leading to real people getting hurt. Show us that there are others from the New Republic that want to act and help Hera. But then maybe there are also some corrupt senators or an Empire sympathizing part of the New Republic Senate here that have more nefarious motives. And so within these political dynamics, the committee is gridlocked and can't make any final decision. I don't know. I feel like something like that would just be a more convincing way of putting Hera in the same position. Because right now, I can't explain to you how this committee makes any decisions. The one senator just yells at Hera, and then the other senators just look concerned and then do whatever he says. But I think what this scene was building to, other than providing a C-3PO cameo and Leia name drop, is this part at the end when Mon Mothma talks to Hera and expresses fear about Thrawn. I'm glad this is here. I want to see more of what people in the galaxy think about Thrawn to build that threat and tension towards his return, but tagging it on at the end just made it feel like an afterthought instead of the focus of the scene. We move to Ahsoka training as she travels to the new galaxy, and she listens to a recording from Anakin. And while the 3PO cameo fell a little flat for me personally, I'm always a sucker to see more Anakin. To be honest, I didn't think we'd get any more of him. But this scene shows that Ahsoka is continuing to shift how she feels about him following the events from the previous episode. And when Ahsoka arrives at the new galaxy, Thrawn has deployed mines, and I think this was the most dread I felt watching the entire episode. I was like, are they really about to make me watch space whales get blown up? But thankfully no, because the mines don't kill the Purrgil, just hurt them, and then they're actually able to jump to hyperspace to get away. Whew, my space whales are safe. Ahsoka gets past the minefield and a squad of fighters as she approaches the planet, and on the planet, Sabine and Ezra are catching up, but Shin and Baylan are in pursuit. As Shin and Baylan get close, the two decide to split up for unexplained reasons. And while last week, Baylan's vague talks to another path calling to him were intriguing, this week, in the second to last episode, I'd appreciate a little bit more meat on the bone. What's your angle, Baylan? So Shin and the Raiders engage Ezra and Sabine, and Ahsoka ditches her ship in order to have a rematch with Baylan. With the help of stormtroopers, Shin eventually overwhelms Ezra and Sabine. Maybe you should have taken that lightsaber back. Huh, Ezra. Sabine offers it to him, but Ezra refuses to take it. I was hoping we'd get a cool moment for him to shine with his lightsaber, but nope. We get Force Karate instead, which I think Force Karate as an idea is probably cooler than how they executed it here. He's just using little force pushes here and there. I would have preferred that he just got his lightsaber back. Meanwhile, Ahsoka is actually unable to beat Baylan in their rematch, so she steals his mount to go join up with Ezra and Sabine, leaving him with a pensive look. I was actually really scared she was going to end up killing Baylan here. I figured since this was the rematch and she lost the first time, she'd get the better of him here. But no, I was happy to be wrong. He's the most compelling part of the show in my opinion. And Ahsoka moves in to save Ezra and Sabine at a crucial moment, but to be honest, I thought it was kind of lazily done. Like, they're totally surrounded. But then Ahsoka runs into the middle of the circle, so now she's just surrounded with them. So nothing changes. Her arrival has this heroic beat, but it wouldn't have realistically helped much. But regardless, her entrance allows Ezra and Sabine to overpower the surrounding stormtroopers, while Ahsoka quickly defeats Shin. Again. Ahsoka then asks Shin to come with them, but instead, Shin just turns and runs. Thank goodness she didn't join them. That would not have been satisfying at all. Hopefully she meets back up with Baylan in the next episode, and their story gets some kind of satisfying conclusion. So now, Ahsoka, Huyang, Ezra, and Sabine are all hugging it out, while meanwhile Thrawn is back at his base, saying that this all played right into his hand, because he's kept them busy fighting, and now he's almost ready to leave. Haha! Okay, Thrawn, whatever you have to tell yourself to sleep well at night.
Well, well, well. How the turntables...
So you can see that about a third into the episode, it morphs into a long chase sequence, where not much else of significance happens. Rebels did that kind of thing a lot. And yeah, I spent more time talking about the things that didn't work so much for me, but don't get me wrong, I had fun watching this episode. The action was pretty good, but here's the thing. This is the second to last episode, the one right before the big finale, and it left me with more questions than answers. And not the right questions. I'm left wondering where the story is trying to go, and what Thrawn's ultimate plan is. So while it's an action-packed ride, it makes me a bit nervous about how the series will be able to wrap up. I want to be on the edge of my seat, but I just don't feel it yet. What did you think about this episode? Did it set the right tone for the series finale? And if you made it this far, please like the video and subscribe. It means a lot. But anyway, I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.